In this video, we discuss conflict resolution styles. We discuss the framework proposed by Thomas and Kelman in 1970s. It is one of the most research empirically validated framework in conflict resolution research. It is based on two underlying dimensions. One you see on x-axis is concern for others. It can range from low to really high where you're willing to cooperate. And on y-axis, you see concern for self, which can also range from low to high. And when it's really high, when you want your goals and your needs to be met, you're assertive. And also recall that the definition of conflict, which is where one or two parties feel that their goals and interests are being hindered by the counterpart, then conflict emerges. So in this sense, this Thomas and Kilman framework, its underlying two dimensions are uh, the part of the definition of conflict. Overall, we have five styles that this framework proposes. For example, when concern for others is high as well as concern for self, then you have collaborative approach as shown here. And similarly, if you think both concerns are low, then you have avoiding approach. And on the next slide, you see that these five define. Going back to our earlier slide, if you look at the middle box, notes here compromising style. So this style is basically when you give some, take some, both concerns are at medium level. Now you can think of these five styles as natural inclinations or characteristic styles of different individuals. Why we have different styles, personality might be an answer. People who are more agreeable, people who have high need for affiliation, for example, tend to be more accommodating because they have high concern for others. Similarly, people who are they tend to assume more competing styles because they are very assertive and their concern for others is low. So we can have our own natural tendencies. But also think of these five styles as what the situation demands. Sometimes situations are resolved more effectively using one style than the other. For instance, when you have a lot of time, there's a lot of goodwill between individuals, and when issues emerge and people are also mature and competent, then collaborative style can be assumed. And this style, of course, is one of the most ideal style, right? That we want to meet not only our goals, but we want to give the other person whatever they need as well. But this style is also very elusive, not always possible, not always practical. So just keep that in view. Now, uh, in simple words or in simple terms, if you think avoiding style would be the least desirable, right? Just avoidance of issues doesn't lead you anywhere. You don't resolve anything. But as I said, different situations demand different things. So in certain situations, avoidance might be the most suitable answer. It generally is required in situations where there's a lot of bad blood between individuals, underlying issues are more or less irreconcilable or stem from very deep-rooted value or personality differences. So if you have, for instance, colleagues like this who have this kind of history or this kind of clash of personalities, putting them together and creating conflict will more often than not be unproductive, right? So avoidance of conflict in those situations might be the most wise answer. So overall, Thomas and Kilman typology not only provides you ability to think about your own styles, there are questionnaires, validated instruments, psychological instruments available that you can answer and come up with your own conflict resolution style. But also you can analyze situations using this style and think about, what type of conflict resolution style is the most suitable. So with this, I would like to end our short discussion on conflict resolution styles.